Hello! Welcome, happy Thursday. Welcome to Bitcoin for Humans. Today we're going to talk about two of the most important words that I ever heard when I was getting into Bitcoin, which were sound money. So, what is sound money? Right, to me, it's fair money, which sounds great, right? So, how did I come across this? So, really listening to a podcast, and people kept talking about sound money, and I thought to myself, it sounds infinitely better than unsound money. Like when you say it, you think, unsound money? That sounds like an unsafe ladder. Like, I don't want that. Like, it sounds rubbish. I would like the sound version. I want the safe ladder and the sound money. So I was like, I've got to find out what this is. It feels weird that I don't know what this is. So I went out and had a look at it. What you would find is if you look at like the Ludwig von Mises article on the principles of sound money, he talks about it from two aspects: the kind of like positive right aspect and the negative right aspect, what you can and can't do. That's the definition of sound money. This is like from the positive angle, you talk about it as a network of money that's freely chosen. So people are voluntarily opting in to use this as money, which is gold. People 5,000 years talks about gold as being sound money. So think about it in that mind. And then the negative angle was that it has to be free of corruption and undue influence. So is it a money in which a small group of people have power over the money and can use it to influence to their own gain? So if it is, then that would be an unsound money. All right. So the reason I think that's important is that, as it turns out, Bitcoin is a very sound money. You know, it's purely voluntary. Nobody's forcing you to adopt Bitcoin, but you can if you choose. And there's actually nobody in Bitcoin. There is no foundation. There's no founder. That guy's gone. Like, who knows where. It's just a kind of open source network that people have made out of money, and it just meets all the criteria of sound money. And it's on the internet. Fantastic. So it's available everywhere. So that might sound interesting, but maybe it's hard to put it into like, well, why would I care? And I like to think about these things in terms of, right, well, if I project forwards and I look at the incentives and I think, what's the world that I want for myself and my children as they grow up? And I think if you've got your unsound money, what you're looking at is an incentive that says, all right, there's a group of people, whoever they are, out there that have got undue control over the money, and they can use it to either help the world, or they can use that control to line their own pockets and just do whatever they want. And you really have to hope that those people are absolute moral heroes who care way more about fixing society than they do about lining their own pockets. And I think you could say that history has provided evidence that we can all go and look at, and we can see like where they land usually. And then you've got the second world of the sound money, where it's okay, well, instead of a small group of people having all of the authority over the money and the power and hoping that they're moral heroes, maybe we just say that nobody has that authority over the money. It's just fixed. And now we can all interact with that money over time. And we just make our own way in the world, and like we can have our influence on the world. And if we decide that, you know, we want to see more of an environmental focus on something, then we can just fund the things ourselves that provide that value instead of hoping that somebody else can do it. You know, if we've got particular philanthropy we want to see be developed, then we can go and fund that, and we have a direct relationship with those things. And that's the kind of world of the sound money. So to me, I like the sound money world. I want the world where, you know, myself and my children can think about the things that matter to them, and then they can go and pursue those needs, and they don't have to ask for permission or hope that somebody else does it, versus the one where we kind of hope for the moral hero. Anyway, that's sound money from my point of view. I hope that's useful. Any questions, obviously reach out. Please remember, if you're in the Perth area, March the 10th, we're going to have Bitcoin by the beach. Bit of a nice vibe going on down there. Everybody come down. We'll make some live donations to the Human Rights Foundation. It's all going to be good. You'll get to use a bit of Bitcoin. We'll answer questions. Nothing's off the table. Okay, fantastic. Now, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to feel less cringe about it, but I am going to keep saying it. All right, thanks very much. Peace.